And having that consistent lead generation month after month after month, day after day after day. John, we talked about this yesterday, and we talked about, John just did his first client appreciation party, so give him a hand. So he did a great job with doing a bourbon night, and that was his first one now. Okay, so this goes back into when we're talking about looking for leads. It's talking about, let's figure out what it is that is your superpower, and now let's do it on steroids through time. Because nobody can tell me if you do a client appreciation event, even if it's online, once every 3 months for the next 18 months, that you're not going to have a substantial amount of business from that. You cannot tell me that you will not have substantial business from that. Johnny's doing door notes or door knocking with notes as part of his lead generation strategy. You cannot tell me that if Johnny delivers, and I think it's probably more than this, 50 a week. I think you're probably pacing. How many do you expect to be? Yeah, I thought so. Where do you think you're going to be pacing?
1,000 a month.
Okay, so 250 a week, so 50 a day. You cannot tell me that if Johnny does that for the next 10 years, he'll never have to work again. That's a sprint, it's a 10-year sprint, right? But Johnny's probably at the age right now where he's saying, about 10 more years of hard work, maybe a little bit less than that. And then, I want to have some choices to not have to bust my butt, right? Like that's sort of where I am in my life as well. It's like, yeah, I got probably more than 10 years, right? But, I want to have choices at least, right? So having that consistent lead generation, what does that do for you? That's an open question. What do you guys think that does for you?
Make it some predictable income.
Yes.
Consistent predictable income.
It sets my schedule for the week. I know somewhere in next week, I'm going to drop off 250 flyers, and then lead generation, do my other lead generation around it. Right.
Yeah.
So, but I know, hey, if Wednesday is going to be a nice day, then I'm out Wednesday dropping these flyers out, and I need to set my other schedule of calls and all that around that, because I'm not going to call when I'm brain dead after walking 8 miles or whatever.
Yeah, no kidding. What's the biggest obstacle in consistently lead generation? I think that's correct. I was looking for something else, and Lenita, I think that's correct as well. It's you. I was still looking for something else.
Mindset.
That's what Lenita was pointing to herself, inferring mindset. I think it's something that's more tangible, though. I think, Efren, that here's what I'm going to give you as the answer. Or I'm sorry, I think that was Shadrach that said that. Excuse me. I think that you guys are all correct. What I was thinking of is just client care. Okay, so I'm making the assumption that you're going to actually do it. Because mindset, well, if you don't have your mindset right, yeah, you probably won't do it. And that's a different conversation to have. But once you do start to do it, what I've seen, once upon a time, when I was a brokerage owner, I would look at agents' businesses. And I could tell you that there was 3 patterns to agents' businesses. Pattern number 1 was 0. Pattern number 2 was every 3 months, 2 transactions. 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 2. Pattern number 3 was 8+ transactions a month. The 8+ transactions a month, their biggest challenge for the most part was that they didn't have time. So when I would have a conversation with them, I would say, hey, I can help you have more time. They wouldn't believe me. Now that we're not having that conversation today because that's a leverage conversation. Okay? But that consistency or inconsistency of 2, 0, 0, 2, 0, 0, 2, that's the most common. Actually, the most common is unfortunately 0, 0, 0, 0, right? But that's the second most common pattern that you see in real estate agents. And it's because what happens is you lead generate, you lead generate, you lead generate, you lead generate. You get a client. You get another client. And then you stop lead generating. And then you go to closing and you're like, whoa! And then you're like, oh, crap. I don't have any more clients.
Guilty.
Well, you're not alone in that guiltiness, okay? But what is the key to stay away from that? One small technique. That's all you need.
Time block it.
Yeah, even if it's 1 hour a day. And I almost recommend 1 hour a day, because what happens is people say 3 hours a day and then they start doing it and then they can't manage, they can't maintain it. I know everyone here can do 1 hour. Now, if you can do more than 1 hour, do it. I'm not going to hold you back, okay? For many years, I've done 3 hours, and I probably still am doing 3 hours today, just to be candid with you, and I got a whole bunch going on in my life, okay? And you guys do as well, right? But if you can do just 1 hour 5 days a week, you'll have success. And I would much rather see you say, I'm going to do 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, and do it, than to say I'm going to do 3 hours and not do it, even if it's, 2.5 hours. Because when you're able to do it like that, then you have like a slow burn and you have a slow success. Then you can continue doing that and start leveraging things off. And that's how you can grow a business without having to invest more time into it. We're not talking about that leverage piece today, but that's like a preview of coming attractions. Okay, so blocking your time, knowing who you're going to contract, and eliminate distraction. That is what you need to do when you're doing your 1 to 3 hours of lead generation. So we talked about